The man who shot and killed a father of 4 at a Florissant bar is free tonight. So far, the gunman's not facing charges for the shooting at Show Me's Bar and Grill on Wednesday afternoon. Scott Berry was killed when an argument over how heavy a dog could weigh became physical. The St. Louis County prosecutor says he needs more time to decide whether he'll prosecute the gunman. That's because Missouri's Stand Your Ground law is complicated. 5 on your side's Chris Davis takes a closer look at the law tonight. Chris?
Well, and we took those questions to a St. Louis University law professor who's done extensive research on stand your ground laws. She says Missouri's version of the law is one of the broadest in the nation, and whether or not the gunman is charged all depends on what investigators can prove happened inside that bar.
Eyewitnesses tell 5 on your side, Scott Berry and the gunman got into a heated argument over how heavy a German Shepherd weighs. The exchange turned physical when the unnamed gunman called Berry a derogatory name, and the two men got into a fight.
The state of Missouri has a very broad stand your ground law.
St. Louis University law professor Susan McGraw says this case hinges on what happened in that fight.
The prosecutor would consider whether this is a reasonable belief that the person might be harmed.
She says it really comes down to one section, one sentence of the law. If the gunman, quote, believes that such deadly force is necessary to protect himself against death or serious physical injury.
If it's a situation where it's very obvious that no harm can really come to the other party, then that belief in self-defense would not be reasonable.
Another important component of the law, you don't actually have to be in danger, it just has to be the perception.
You can be wrong and still be protected by the stand your ground law.
McGraw says most of the time the stand your ground law is used for cases involving 2 individuals with weapons, but she can think of at least one other case where deadly force was allowed by a Missouri court during a fist fight.
Where the other person might be larger physically or more violent or have a reputation for violence, and the person thinks they need to use deadly force in order to protect themselves from serious physical injury.
Now, ultimately, the decision rests with the prosecuting attorney, Bob McCullough. He tells me this afternoon they are carefully reviewing surveillance video and witness statements to determine just what happened during that fight and what the law allows. McCullough expects a decision by the end of next week. Dan?
So the man who was shot, who had 4 children, Scott Berry, what is his family saying about this?
Well, I spoke to his brother. He doesn't want to comment on it right now, but McCullough does say that he has gone through all of this with the victim's family and they understand the process that they have to take from here.
All right, Chris, thank you.